with is, one, please do business. Don't be in business. My second last one, if 4 of your friends are broke, who is the 5th? If 4 of your friends are broke, who is the 5th?
Me. I can assure you I'm not broke.
That simply tells you the people you hang around with matter a lot. Are you seeing my friends? Marafiki zangu wote wako pande hii. Marafiki zako wako pande gani? Wako huku. Unataka wakuwe pande hii?
Tavuka.
So, in business, when you're doing business or when you want to start your business or do anything, you need to look for mentors. I will give you 2 mentors. Look for your mentor in your business line. If you're in fashion, in fashion. If it's in jewelry, Zanta is here. If it's in bag, he's there. If it's in fashion, look for Liz. Look for a person who is in your line of profession. They'll be able to cry with you and they'll be able to laugh with you. But then you also need another mentor outside your fashion business. Ule mwenye atakwambia wacha ujinga. It is possible. But mukiwa fashion wawili, mutalia, mukiwa wawili. But you will not grow. So you need somebody also who is outside, who gives you a third eye on how to run business and to be able to survive in business. So 2 things. Be in business. No, do not be in business, do business. And the second one, make sure you look at the people surrounding you and make sure they are growing you to the next level. Thank you.
That is the longest introduction I've ever. Zanta, as you introduce yourself and tell us how to do business, we would also like to know then, how do I register? And how simple is it for me or hard is it for me to register? Feel free to stand.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Anyango Adede. I am so sorry I cannot converse properly in Swahili. I am from the other side of the water, where should is a problem. So I hope you'll understand when I speak in English. So my name is Anyango Adede, founder of Zanta Adede, a brand that creates African-inspired jewelry, leather handbag, and now we are walking into home decor. And I have a store at Village Market where I work with different designers. And you really have to be good to join my team. I am that fussy. So monthly, I'm bringing in a project on bringing in mentoring younger designers so that they're able to showcase their products at least at the store, at least 5 pieces or something like that, so that you are able to feel how to normalize luxury and own your product. Do not be told you're too expensive. Give value for what you're offering. So I need to ask a very simple question. How many in this room are wearing any Kenyan product? Anything, earring, neckpiece, bag, anything. How many? By show of hands, I see one here. Those are like 4 people. I'm wearing a Liz Njoroge shirt, my belt, and earrings. I basically wear Kenyan products. So when we want to change the narrative and speak about buy Kenya, build Kenya, how do we do it? Are you waiting for the foreigner to come and show you that your clothes are amazing? Walk into every situation wearing Kenyan, and we will speak a different economic language. We will move masses and create wealth for everybody. So once I wear Lelesta dress, I wear Alice Njoroge, we are able to circulate money amongst us before waiting for funds. Do not wait for funds. That one I disagree. Let us create it and move forward. Sawa sawa? Thank you very much.
Another long introduction. Before I come to the policy maker, let me have Roka also have that long introduction.
Thank you. Let me also stand. June. Actually, ningefanya nianze maybe before waongee because these are our mentors. They are also my mentors, and actually I'm very privileged. We as Roka to be sitting with these esteemed mentors in fashion, since we are also growing. Let me just say briefly about Roka. Roka is a social enterprise we started last year in January 2020 with basically the urge of saving the environment from waste and also creating employment opportunities for youth here in Mombasa and eventually in Kenya. So actually our business, we are two co-founders. Kay, I don't know if he has arrived, but he's on the way coming. And we started this business, actually we are childhood friends. When we grew up together, tulienda shule pamoja, but we always were talking like, one day lazima tufanye biashara. Hatukujua ni biashara gani tutafanya, but we always kept on keeping tabs since primary. Tukamaliza high school, tukaenda university, and last year it just came about when we were just sitting near Bamburi pale, tukiongea, yeye anafanya mambo ya digital, mimi nafanya mambo ya research. Na unajua situation na Kenya pia kumekuwa na challenges of employment. And one other thing I also want to thank is Swahili Potab, because at Swahili Potab there have been many innovations that have been happening here. And each and every day tukikuja hapa tunapata mentors, tunapata watu ambao wanafanya great things. So we always wanted to say, but if people can do great things, there are many startups around. We can also try and do something. So that is how Roka now came about. It was just on a Saturday evening, tukakaa chini tukasema, let us start this business. Tulikuwa tunaona banners after events zinatupwa kila mahali, ama hizi unaona kando kando ya barabara. Once event ikishafanyika ama zikishaka hapo 4 months, there is no proper disposal. So unakuta sisi tukaona hizi banners ziko strong na pia ziko durable na zina stand weather. So let's try and come up with a product. Hatukufikiria hata bags. We came up with almost 10, 15 ideas, business ideas, but eventually we came up to start with bags. So the journey since then has been good. The first 2 months, because tulianza January. Then mnajua March, what happened? Corona ikaingia. So tulikaa nyumbani for almost 4 months, doing nothing. So tunajiuliza what are we going to do with this product? Because tumeanza and it was picking up, people were liking the product, but we could not go out because of government restrictions. But still hatukukufa moyo. Towards July, hapo hivyo tukasema let us pick ourselves up and leverage on how we can be able to build this business. So tukaenda tukupata like trainings from partners here in Mombasa kama Close the Gap, Swahili Pot. Tukataka kujua zaidi how we can make this business, because hii ni biashara na ni manufacturing na si kitu ya kuchezea. So tukachukulia serious, tukasema every day we are committing ourselves and time to make sure we are customizing the product. And I can say the journey has been good. Of course, for the many few challenges of course capital, but hiyo tukisema haitatupeleka nyuma. Whatever we had tulikuwa tunafanya nayo. Tulianza tu hapa, ilikuwa hatuna anything, hatuna any machine, hatuna anything. So we just rely on partnership. Kama hapa National Museums of Kenya walikuwa na those machines. So we used to talk to them. Tunawaambia mzee tutengenezee bag 1, 2, 3 tujaribu kuuza, because this is a new idea ime come out. So they also liked that idea. That is how they supported us to even make those products za Roka mnaziona nje. But towards the end of last year, that is when we were able to get our own machines and workshop. Right now we have our own workshop, and I can say the journey has been good. We are now working with various designers here in Mombasa to make sure that we are refining our products. So mimi kitu naweza sema tu to the youth outside there, sometimes tunazaona ni ngumu sana kuanza biashara. So unajiwekea wewe mwenyewe vikwazo like I cannot do this, I cannot do this. Mimi ni good example na K. Mimi si mtu wa fashion, si kwa fashion, but tuliona opportunity of create business out of fashion. And this is also the other way of also creating employment for us. So there are many ideas that we can come out with. So ni muhimu tu ni kila mtu akwe na hiyo focus na ujiamini, because kama tungejiamini hatungeanza hii biashara. But right now we have learned a lot of things. Tumeenda many places. We have gotten a lot of support from the government. County government has really supported us because they believed in our idea. And still nakasema bado we are still not yet there where we want to be. We still want to innovate, to settle, like we just want to customize our products kama vile mnaona, because 1 year last year haikuwa hivi. So out of research na just getting to understand the clients, because kila siku we are doing research, tunauliza our clients like what do you want to see in a bag. Sometimes innovators huwa tuna shida, like when we build our own product we believe it is the best, we don't want to ask the clients. So the other aspect, we are asking the clients kila siku tunauliza, we are engaging them. So that one also helped us a lot to build a brand and also to interact with our customers, and that is how Roka has been growing. And we are thankful for the support, the communities, and everyone that is giving us. And we also mentor other people who also want to start business here at Swahili Port. Everyone is welcomed to see how best we can forge forward. So tutaendelea zaidi kuongea, but let me leave it at there. Thank you.
Thank you. At this juncture, allow me to recognize the presence of two amazing mentors. We have Mentor 001, who actually runs this hub and has been gracious enough to host us. And we have the CEO of Kenya Film Commission, who has made it possible for us to come to the coast, to interact with you, to host the golf tournament that is ongoing, and to have the fashion show that is happening in the evening. Just to bring you to speed, these are some of the entrepreneurs within the creative sector. Liz Joroge is in fashion. Zanta is, actually called her Zanta, her brand, but she's Anyango Adide. She's in jewelry, accessories, and now has moved to deco. And we have a young entrepreneur, Roka, who recycles used banners and billboards to make bags, and that's an example of his product. And we have the head of strategy from Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise Authority, who is here to now contextualize this from the policy point of view. And they've also registered us and some of the entrepreneurs here today under the Creative Association within MCEA. And so you've heard from the entrepreneurs. They are very positive. It's unusual to get entrepreneurs having positive feedback about government and actually confirming that they've been supported. Probably you can basically introduce your mandate, what you do, and react to some of the comments you've had.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon once more. My name is Richard Ipero Omelu. I'm the Director in charge of Strategy Planning and Coordination at the Micro and Small Enterprise Authority, MCEA. I'm sure in this room, wengi tumesikia about MCEA. Maybe by show of hands, how many have heard of MCEA? Especially entrepreneurs. How many of us have heard of MCEA? Less than 10%. How many of us kusikia tu about MCEA? Thank you for that feedback. So, I'm here. I'm in charge of strategy planning and coordination as the director in charge of that directorate. It's my honor to be here to interact with entrepreneurs and other stakeholders, government agencies, entrepreneurs, and mentors. It's really our pleasure. As MCEA, our business is entrepreneurs. Our business is to mentor entrepreneurs, to see that there's growth from micro to small to medium to large. That is our business. So it is our business to ensure that we work with you, we look at your talent, what you are good at, we mentor you, we link you up with relevant agencies so that you're able to be competitive enough both locally and internationally. So as a government agency, MCEA ni shirika ambalo is charged with the mandate of regulating the MSC sector. As you're all aware, kumekuwa na issues, many groups, many entrepreneurs have been operating without a framework, not being in a group, and that presents a number of challenges, even for us and the government, in terms of even how to plan for, support that we can roll out to the group. We've been having serious problems in terms of really having statistics of how many entrepreneurs are there, which sectors, where are they located. So it makes it even hard to package support for the sector. So we recognize the need to really formalize the sector, and we have an office of the Registrar of MSC Associations, where Lelesta is registered as an association as a creative fashion, and we are happy that we want to have as many MSCs registered. And there are many benefits that I'll talk about. Why should we register as MSCs? Why should we come to the limelight? Indeed, you play a very critical role. You play a critical role in terms of supporting the society, supporting families. If you look at the numbers of MSCs or MSMEs, they are over 15 million. Over 15 million. Now look at even the ripple effect that you have for other family members and other extended members of the family. You play a critical role. So we are very happy that today to Kona Nyinyi, we're able to talk to you, we're able to demystify probably areas that are not very clear, so that now we all recognize each other as key players in economic development. We are all blessed as we are seated inside here. We all have our talents. We are all talented different ways. We are here to share our experiences. We are here to see that we grow. We all grow from one level to another. So as Msea, we have a number of opportunities in terms of developing the sector or developing entrepreneurs. Kama nyinyi ambao mko hapa leo, we have a number of facilities that the government through Msea has put up to help entrepreneurs take advantage, to help entrepreneurs make use of those infrastructure. And infrastructures are spread across the country, in all parts of the country. We've ensured that we cover all areas, and we are keen also in promoting the marginalized. And even the youth is a group that you are keen on, and women, to ensure that there's balanced development. Because we know when you only have men or old people, it presents another challenge to the growth of the society. So we recognize that as we are seated here, that all genders are represented, and we have a role to promote, actually to develop the sector through having the necessary infrastructure to ensure that you make use of the same. We also have a role to promote the sector, to promote entrepreneurs through linkages. The forum we are having today, a roundtable discussion, is very important for us to share experiences. You've heard from Liz, we've heard from Adede, we've heard from Rima, what they're doing, and I'm sure many of us are inspired that one day, 2 years, 3 years down the line, we want to be on this side. So I'm also looking forward to an opportunity where we all grow from one level. If you are in micro, we move to small. If you are in small, we move to medium. If you are in medium, we move to, and we go beyond Kenyan borders. So come and say we are here. I know for those who do not know us, we'll make ourselves more visible to you. We'll interact more with all stakeholders to ensure that you get to know what the government has. In terms of policy implementation as an authority, we actually charge the mandate of implementing quite a number of policies that the government has put in place. And in doing so, we work with all sector players. We collaborate because we know we may not provide all the solutions. But through such meetings, kama ya leo, we're able to share knowledge, we're able to get feedback from you, feedback from other players, so that now as we tailor services towards improving maisha ya entrepreneurs, it is geared towards addressing a certain problem or a certain problem. We want to have interventions that are geared towards promoting growth, that we want to see one day MSCs are globally competitive. Remember, this is a liberalized society. You can get goods from other countries coming into Kenya. And therefore, if we don't up our game as a country and as entrepreneurs and as youths and women, then we'll be locked out. We'll not have a market for our products. So we are here to discuss and also to inform you about the facilities that the government has put and also opportunities in terms of marketing your products. Marketing your products, because remember, creative art is an area that is upcoming, is an area that is interesting, especially to the youth. And remember, we don't want to leave anyone out. Nataka tuone kwamba kila mtu, we work with each one of you. We tailor solutions based on our issues so that now we're able to address problems that really the society faces. So we are glad we'll be discussing more in terms of what the government has put in place to support entrepreneurs. And probably out of it now we see what else can we do so that we improve on our service delivery. We believe in continuous improvement of our service. We have done something, we are not yet there, but I believe that there's room for improvement so that now, at the end of it, 2 years, 3 years down the line, when we have such a roundtable discussion, tutasema kwamba, in 2021, we were mahali fulani. In 2024, we have graduated to a higher level. That will be our joy. Kwa hivyo, I'm delighted to be part of this discussion, and we'll be interacting, and we share knowledge. And out of it all, we want to ensure that we increase our level of formalization. We register, so that we're able to access quite a number of opportunities. Like next week, we'll have a group going to Tanzania, to Mwanza, to showcase their products. Such opportunities we provide to MSCs so that now they're able to find a market beyond Kenyan borders. And that's what we want to do. We want to ride on technology and other mediums, platforms like shows and the rest, so that you can find a market. And by doing so, we will be glad to see that we are promoting growth of entrepreneurs. Kwa hivyo, I'm so happy and I'm more than willing to, really to have a discussion with you. At the end of it all, sote tutakuwa tumepata kitu ya kurudi nayo nyumbani. Thank you so much.
A round of applause. Probably I should have structured this session to speech, not a panel discussion, but the conversations are panning out right. I think at this point in time, I would like to ask the entrepreneurs here, and maybe I'll start with Anyango. So you have started an MSC, micro, small, and medium enterprise. You are now graduating towards an SME. What are some of the gaps that from where you are seated are affecting the startups? And how then can government policy come in place to create interventions?
So basically, my idea would be working internally first. As I'm embarrassed to admit this, but creatives do not know how to keep their books, me included. It's quite a big problem. And when you want to deal with banks or organizations that need to fund you and you do not have track, it becomes a problem for them to support you. So you have a product, you put it up there, you have not done costing, you don't know what your accounts are all about. You really need to get your financial outfit in order. So that is the beginning, and then you can actually engage on the same level with everybody else.
Great, and we will pick that up as how can then we work together even with MCEA to bridge that gap. Liz, from your point of view, beyond keeping the books and keeping your records, what are some of these gaps and challenges affecting this sector?
Maybe directed to MCEA. This is one thing that we've noticed while working with Lelesta and bringing in designers from all over. All of the organizations are based in Nairobi. Is there a way we can be able to organize for MCEA in the Mombasa office, MCEA in Kisumu office, MCEA in all those other offices? Because you see, majority of all the organizations are based in Nairobi. What happens to the creatives back in the other counties? Is it possible to start small centers like now? Can we be able to have MCEA official or MCEA something at Swahili Port to be able to tell people what to do if they're interested in MCEA? We hear exhibitions come, and when the exhibitions come, very few of us get a chance to go. Why? They're all based in Nairobi.
And maybe this is a daring venture. We do not understand why our creatives have not been able even to represent the country. We still have the same old people representing the country. Since I was born, over 30 years ago, we're still seeing the same brands. And the same brands need to grow, Director, to now internationalize and allow the space for the upcoming. So that's really a question that we'd like to address. And
yes, regarding that, I can say maybe one of the main challenges is also a failure to truly standardize our products. You may find that we as creatives, we come up with products, but we fail also to make that mark of standard quality that we are very much certain or sure we can easily sell it outside there. So you may find that that challenge has also kind of made us not to fully access the market. And I can say it's an area where now in the intervention side, where we could be having sessions of targeted trainings for entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs, we come up with many innovative ideas, but we find that that failure to add that mark of quality for our products normally is a challenge. So that can be a major.
So as you tackle that, maybe it will also require you to touch then how do we market? For example, the team seated here, all of us has made in Kenya, right? Except my shoes, so ignore them. So these are really quality products. And the reason we have the film commission here is how then do we market ourselves, even getting our products to be featured in some of these films, both locally and abroad. How then do we showcase them? I mean, I could appear like this in an opera. Don't I look good? Don't you think she looks like a star? How do we get there and begin to utilize some of these channels to really market our products? So you can react to that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my colleagues. I think I'll start from a perspective of what challenges do MSCs face? What are we facing? I'm using the word we because in a way, as we are seated inside here, we are either micro or small or medium. Actually, most of us, including the panelists. Because who is an MSc? Probably that's the starting point. Who is an MSc? The MSC Act of 2012 defines an MSC as a micro enterprise whose sales at the end of the year amounts to up to 500,000. So when you run a business and your sales were up to, or a turnover in Africa 500,000, you are categorized as a micro enterprise. We had an MSC policy that was launched this year. It upgraded the definition of a micro enterprise, that is a firm whose annual turnover or sales in Africa 1 million. So when you are running a business, when you are running any form of business, in this case, you are looking at creative art, in fashion, in agro-processing, in service industry, in manufacturing, in any form of trade. If your sales at the end of the year amount to 1 million, then you are a micro enterprise. The second category is a small enterprise. A small enterprise is any firm, any entrepreneur, or any business whose sales at the end of the year is up to 5 million. So all of us seated here, probably most of us who are here, our sales from our businesses is less than 5 million. So I may be right, probably if there are those that whose business is more than 5 million, maybe it's less than 10% in this room. So most of us are MSCs. Now, this category or this segment of the population or business people face a number of challenges. One is that we've experienced over time there's a minimal growth from upward graduation or vertical growth from micro to small. And quite a number of firms or business do not see their third birthday. By the second year, most of them go under. And we've got a number of, out of our own research, we've got a number of reasons probably why you are having that issue. One is that there's a mindset problem. Sometimes when you're called a micro, we even we limit our thinking. That I'm a micro, mimi ni mtu wa biashara ndogo ndogo, ama ni mimi mtu micro. So tunajidunisha in a way. So that is one of the biggest problems, that we don't recognize what I'm doing. I'm running a shop. I don't see it as a full-time job. I'm looking at it as a part-time job. In fact, to some wanasema wacha nijishikilie kwa hii nikitafuta kazi nyingine. So being a part-time job, then it means you're not giving it your best. It means that you are treating it as a part-time business, and that limits growth of that business. Two is that we have the issue of mentorship. Probably somebody has an idea of starting a business, but in terms of shaping that idea, it is a problem. Sometimes we do not have, or in most cases, we don't have mentors that you can rely on, mentors that are willing even to share knowledge. There are people who are in business, they are not even willing to share with their colleagues what they do, because those are business secrets. It then means that he's the only one who is shining within an area. The rest are not doing well. And of course, he does not know that that's exposing him to a lot of danger, because if you are running a good business within an area and you are alone, then it means become a target. You usually become a target of the community that you live there. So that is another problem. Again, in terms of record management, we've also noticed that most of us have limited skills. I'm not saying lack of skills, but limited knowledge in terms of keeping records. And sometimes it is out of, why should I keep records? And sometimes it's because we are doing it the way our grandfathers and our fathers used to do. So kama ni kilimo, I also do it because my dad used to do it the same way.
But director, I have it offered. Sinajua niliuza bags 5, nimeishika kwa kichwa.
Yes, hiyo ni sawa kabisa. But remember, that business, you're not just doing it because of you. There are many stakeholders that rely on your records, or rely in terms of the records that you keep. So if you keep records, somebody else, you can also make reference, because remember, our memories, kuna vitu ambayo utasahau. At the end of the year, you may not have all the details with you. But if you keep records, some basic records, you're not saying high level records, but at least some records. It's even assist you even when you want to approach for even somebody to support you in business, how viable is that business? So that's another challenge we're facing. Of course, there's an aspect of capital, issues of money. Pesa pia ni shida kubwa, because most of us do not have the muscle in terms of really having adequate capital to pump into our business. That limits our growth, and it's a serious problem that I'll discuss and to tell you what the government is doing about it. Even lack of information about the market. Market is another issue. Sometimes you're producing a product, you do not know where to sell it. Probably even your immediate neighbor, anahitaji lakini hujui. Information flow is a problem. I'm having this good. instead of really having an opportunity to tell Robert that I have this product, and probably Robert is interested in it, I'm having it and I'm struggling to look for a market. And it is not their fault sometimes. We don't blame anyone for that. And it is something that we see now. We are coming in to see how do we increase information sharing? How do we have a platform where we can interact? So capacity issues are there, issues of market, issues of finances, and so what are we doing in terms of the question that Liz asked? In terms of now, most of us are in Nairobi. It is by default that most government institutions have headquarters in Nairobi. Most of us. And what we're doing is that we are trying as much as possible to devolve our services. And I'll be open to tell you that most of these institutions represented here have offices in most counties. Most counties we have offices. It may be skeleton officers, some skeleton office, but at least we have officers. So we only need to up our game in terms of making visible. Members, entrepreneurs in Mombasa need to know where is the office in Mombasa, where is the office in Kilifi, where is the office in Kwale, what services do we offer. Most operations are centralized, yes, but we are trying as much as possible to have people on the ground to ensure that when you have a forum like this time around we're having it in Mombasa, probably next time we'll not have it in Mombasa, we have it in another town. The same way we are now rotating national celebrations. So I think it is something that we can adopt, all of us as stakeholders, that now we have more of this. We also make our officers visible. Not only say officers, I believe this even cuts across all other government agencies, that we need to ensure that our officers on the ground attend some of these sessions, they participate actively, provide feedback to headquarters in Nairobi. So vertical growth has been a problem, and what we are doing is that we are geared towards whatever services or whatever interventions that we bring, including this meeting today. We are here to provide information in terms of what we have, so that members can take advantage to grow their business and to find markets for their products.
All right.
Thank you.
We still have a couple of speakers. Time is limited, so we're going to take one final round. But then allow me to recognize the presence of Mr. Frederick. Mr. Frederick Nambuki is from the State Department of University Education. And probably you're wondering, why is he here? Remember, we mentioned that we started off in Eldoret last year, where we partnered with Rivertex East Africa, the leading textile manufacturer in the region, to host the first fashion show. And that particular agency is under Moi University. Moi University sits at the State Department, and we were honored to have the PS, Ambassador Nabukwesi, last year. This year he sent his representative, and we are really honored to have you here. Frederick, I know we'll still have sessions later in the evening. Now, as I take the final comments from our panelists, that I'll request them to make it as brief and to the point in terms of summarizing way forward, we'd like to keep Mentor busy. Yeah, Mentor 001. He is the leading mentor in this county. Would like to promise that we are going to work with him to identify mentors who are going to mentor the creatives, and closely with our partners, Kenya Film Commission, to see who are these designers and creatives that you can mentor and get their product showcased through film. We can come up with film ourselves. This is a film hub. Why can't we do a film festival that is purely made in Kenya by Kenyan show only, that the shoe that you're wearing is made in Kenya? All the sets. Anyango is here to do the setup for the set and everything else. Liz will dress the people. He will accessorize with the bags. And we will ensure that we are able to show that as a country, we are truly dependent. Now, the issue of bookkeeping will take a challenge as Lelesta. We have provided a solution for market access through the online platform. Again, through Mentor, we will ensure that we come up with an affordable application or a solution to support these enterprises to do their bookkeeping. Must we wait for the bigger ICT corporations to do it for us? No, we shouldn't. We will do it. The Lelesta Marketplace was actually supported by youth from this hub. They are members of this hub through Brace. Arafat is one of the youth here. Work with us, you'll see that platform, an amazing one. So as a country, we have what it takes, and definitely continue working together to ensure that we market our products and create market access. Now, I will start with Liz. Probably give us your final comment and way forward as we now get towards the end of our session.
The best I can tell you is look for people to grow with, be it within Mombasa, be it outside from Mombasa. Partnership works. We have partnered with Zanta at Village Market and other places, and it works. You could be down in one area, but she's up in another area, and she can be able to grow you. So find a mentor and partner and grow your business.
And as Zanta picks this comment, I'd like to say this to the young people in this country. Your creativity, your intuitiveness, it pays. This dress from Liz, and probably next time we'll discuss issues of pricing and our attitude towards pricing, but you can touch that. This dress that has been made by Liz Joroge, you will not get it with less than 8,000 Kenya shillings. The fabric is superb. Everything is amazing. Yeah, we can do it locally. Her bags, and you need to check her out online. Her travel bag, leather, is 30,000 Kenya shillings. Guess what? She sells them like hot potatoes. Anauza kama nini ya karai. Aki inaitwaje kwa Swahili? What do you call viazi ya karai. Anaiuza kama viazi ya karai. A baggy, right? And I hope someone has had a chance to see it there, and so that we can show you that you just need to focus on quality and the market exists. She sits at Village Market, getting a store there. Guess how much she pays for rent there? We can do it, right? Zan?
You have elevated me too much. I'm just
We'll check your rate to just confirm whether you are still micro.
So my final word is that there's enough market for everybody. I personally take designers who are interested in creating their online through the procurement process, the creation process, because we are, I think for every item you produce, you have your clients lined up in those lines. So we are not competitors as creatives. We are colleagues. If we don't work together, we will not seize every opportunity that is there in the market. You are able to believe in your brand and run with it. If you're told you're expensive, just say it is okay. Tomorrow you will sell that bag at a premium price. Believe in yourself, and work together. If you feel like you need my attention to help you in building your brand, I'm not a pro, and also keep learning more online courses, because your education is limitless. Keep learning every day new techniques of creating leather products. I speak for leather because that's what I love doing, leather and jewelry. Whatever you engage in, do it with your whole entire heart, because that is what brings food on the table.
Whatever you engage in, do it. Do it. Great.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. Maybe what I can say also, a very good example, like Adede anafanya bags. Sisi pia tunafanya bags, sindio? But we find that we have different target market. Still, takuwa niko kwake ananipatia mentorship on how I can grow our business. So that's one other challenge whereby there's still power for collaboration. We might be doing the same thing, but we have different target markets. So once you also understand your different target market, it's very easy also to know the trajectory for your business. So Sisi, as Rocker, by the way, we are in Mombasa. Also looking forward to mentor any other entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur, ambayo anataka kuanza biashara. With the knowledge that we have got since we started, we are more than willing. Just come to Swahili Port Hub, and we can be able to link you up and show you all the ways on how you can be able to start and grow your business. So that's what I can say. Thank you.
All right. If you could kindly summarize for us, even as you declare and make promises, so that we can hold you accountable.
Thank you. Thank you so much. In summary, I want to make a commitment that we are all committed to ensuring that you grow. We are committed to ensure that all of us prosper in this room and beyond this room. And therefore, for those of us who have made it to be here today, let us be ambassadors. Let's spread the gospel that the government is more than willing to assist the youth and entrepreneurs to grow your businesses. We have infrastructure facilities. In the coastal area, we have a Constituency Industrial Development Center in Likoni. We have work sites within the area and beyond. Visit our offices in NSSF building, room number 421. We have an officer who will provide more information in terms of what facilities we have for you to take advantage of. We have a role to mentor you. We have the expertise to promote you, to provide market opportunities. Again, I want to encourage you to pursue your dreams. Pursue your areas of interest. Don't limit yourself. If you are interested in creative arts, bring the idea, engage with us, engage with the relevant agencies, government and non-government organizations, bring out the idea so that now we refine it. We provide a market, we grow with you so that we see that you're able to see the fruits of your, of the idea that you're bringing up. And lastly, your business may be small, but you are not small. My business may be small or micro, but I am not small. So let's change our mindset. It all starts with where? With our mindset. We change our mindset, we go places. We are more than willing to collaborate and work with you and support you. Thank you.
Great. I would like to thank my panelists as I also make the final panel remarks. First of all, I wish to appreciate you, some of us who have decided to get this conversation going. As mentioned, you are streaming live on 3 different platforms, on YouTube, on Swahili Pot Facebook page that has amazing followers, and on Lelesta Facebook page as well. And that has really earned us the 3rd place. We're actually trending at number 3. Yes, we are trending as adoring true legends. Thank you so very much. This is a great conversation that is timely. Action points, and I hope our champion Rose and Arafat will hold us accountable for this. Number 1, we are going to work together to ensure that we are trained. We are going to work together to ensure that we have a platform that will support the creatives to keep their records, and we build a financial literacy. Number 3, we are going to come up with a mentorship program that will allow those who are graduating from MSMEs to begin to mentor the upcoming creatives. And number 4, we will showcase our own products ourselves. And therefore, mentor, we have to come up with our own film. And we are being supported by the Kenya Film Commission that every single film will have to be truly made in Kenya by Kenyans for Kenyans. And we are going to use that to showcase our own products. And most importantly, we are going to commit that whatever we do it wholeheartedly. Asanteni sana, my amazing panelists. I would request that as you go to sit, the room is fully packed, and therefore you may not have spaces, so I'll create it for you. I'll invite the chair of this hub, Nur, to come to the front, the CEO, National Youth Council, and the CEO, Kenya Film Commission. And as they make their way here, and Jackie, the chairperson of League of Persons with Special Abilities, maybe what I didn't clarify is that we believe in giving back, and that giving back is a personal story to me. I was in Dusit. You remember Dusit? And the operations that our troops undertook to save lives was just something that stood out for me. And when, as a founder of Lelesta, when I thought of giving back, the only other way I could give back is to those Kenyans who continue to serve this country and they are not recognized and celebrated as heroes. Those are our men and women in uniform who do work extremely hard every single day to deliver a safe country. You know what's happening in the rest of Africa, right? But we have a safe country. Most of the time we take it for granted until you find yourself in such a space. And so I took it upon myself as the founder of Lelesta to ensure that everything we do has a charity component. And part of our program as Lelesta Fashion House is to give back to the community. And we are giving to the ill, wounded, retired, former servicemen, mostly military families. And through League of Persons with Special Abilities and Fashion for Fighters Foundation. The proceeds from our activities, for example, the golf tournament today, every single shilling there, 100% will go to support them. And that is why Jackie is here today. All our partners, including Kenya Film Commission and the National Youth Council and Mentor here, has made it possible for us to host this. And therefore, whatever it is that we get, we will not take it as profit because that's not our business, but give it back to the community. Now, at this juncture, allow me to request Mentor to give his remarks. He was supposed to do introductory remarks, but he needs to give his remarks, even as he welcomes us in the middle of the program. Then Jackie can briefly say something about LPSA. I'll request Frederick to just commit that Rivertex will still continue with us. We'll have Roy, and finally, our chief guest today to just commit that that film will come to pass as we close this session and make our way to Nyali Golf Club for the great evening ahead of us. So I'll start with Mentor.
Assalamu alaikum. God is good and all the time. First, I want to thank Bona CEO. We have two CEOs here today. We are very lucky. Kenya Film Commission, a partner that we've been working a lot together. Bona Timothy Awase, a very passionate person. When you're talking about wholeheartedly, for him, when you mention film, he does it like a passion, not like a job. So Asante, we are always proud to be associated with you. Karibu sana. Swahili Pot is your home, but hivyo tunakuambia karibu Mombasa na Swahili Pot. And then we have Roy Sasaka. Sasaka, wajua, you are the only person ambaye anaitwa Sasaka ambaye ninamjua. It's a very rare name. He's the CEO for the National Youth Council. 99% of the people who are here are actually your people. And when he speaks, he will also be telling you that they are rolling out elections. And I hope that all of you can participate. MCEA, I think they are great partners. Even for Swahili Pot, we've been interacting with them, but virtually a lot, but also with the local team here. And then Lelesta, definitely, and Safaricom, I see Powota. So I think it's not my duty to thank all the partners. I think Lelesta will do that. But I also want to thank the person with the hearing ability. I hope that is, I don't know what is the correct word. I was supposed to be with you today at Treasury, but I was unable because I'm also a Rotarian and a board member of Rotary. So we were honoring the front line workers, the ones who are dealing with COVID at Chuda District Hospital, which is a COVID clinic, and also Mvita. So we took a long time there because we started in the morning, but I think I've gotten an opportunity to speak with you. By the way, they are almost a quarter of the crowd here. So we are very happy that you have found time also to come and be with us here at Swahili Pot. Swahili Pot is your home as well. We have two of our community members and leaders who have also learned sign language so that they can interact with you whenever you are here. And I also took a challenge, which I'm not doing very well. I'd spoken to Babylin that I needed to learn sign language. Now, I think I will have the next 6 months, I want volunteers who will teach me so that I do not need to work with Zamzam and Amal. At least I can show the sign language on my own. So we really appreciate you, and we hope that we can continue doing more. I hope even when NYC and the CEO of Kenya Film Commission will come and speak, I will ask them also to target yourselves on how you can be included in the different government programs here. So today we celebrate June and her team. And I think June shows us the power of collaboration. Because Lelesta, he's got a small team that was only in Nairobi, but now they are also in Mombasa, courtesy of collaborations. And I think that is what everybody here was insisting, that we can do more together. It does not mean that you get less. Actually, when you come together, you actually create a bigger cake that you can all share. So we celebrate you, June, for whatever you've done. I know you've given opportunities to a number of our young people who have built the platform that will be launching later today at Nyali Golf Club. You've also involved those who are in the fashion industry from Mombasa to be part of it, which we really appreciate. Because I always remind the Nairobians that Kenya is not Nairobi and Nairobi is not Kenya. We actually have more out of Nairobi. And lastly, I just want to make a pronouncement that we hope that we will follow through. I will start with it at Swahili Port Hub. I think every Friday and Saturday, the weekend, we will make it cultural days, but cultural for us to wear Kenyan, either. And for me, I'm also asking those who want to dress me with African attire, please reach out to me. I will buy at the right price, so that from next Friday I should start now at being as handsome as Robert and the rest here, so that I stop wearing this stuff. So I think we will agree also at Swahili Port. So every Friday we will be dressing, putting on either cultural or Kenyan, because we also want to allow for those who are going for Friday prayers, they can put on their kanzu or their kikoi, but if it is made in Kenya, it's even better. So I think I don't want to take much of your time. Karibuni sana Mombasa, and we will continue supporting the fashion industry. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, Mentor. We just wish to let you know that you can shop from the Lelesta platform. All right, Jackie, we'd like to give you, you can use that.
Good afternoon. My name is Jackie Njenga. I am the chairperson of the League of Persons with Special Abilities. Tafadhali simameni. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. I realize you've sat for over 2 hours, so it doesn't make sense for me to start when you might be dozing. Now wave up in the air. Now wave up in the air. Sit down. Thank you. Now, LPSA is an association that handles and empowers 3 particular communities in the country: persons with disabilities, veterans, and the vulnerable, geriatrics, that means old people, orphans, and anyone in this country who needs us can get assistance if we are able to help. Lelesta, that means we need more money to help more people. Now, I want to acknowledge all CEOs, all directors, and my boss, Director Ashura, who has headed me under the Council of Persons with Persons with Disabilities for almost, 3-4 years? Yes, something like that. Now, everybody here has spoken about the opportunity. I just want to tell you that with that opportunity, do not bring in entitlement into that opportunity. The one thing they're all forgetting to tell you is that you need discipline if you're going to make it. So as youth, we find it very difficult to work with you because of indiscipline. So we can't trust you. Do you agree with me? Because I don't know whether you're going to come up to me in the morning but not provide for me in the afternoon. So please, if you get the opportunities that this whole panel is offering, then create discipline in yourself, keep time, be trustworthy, and when you make a promise, never break it. So which means you either don't make the promise or when you do, you make sure you deliver. I'm looking forward to work a bit more with Director Ashura. I am so happy to see sign language interpreters. That is the first thing everybody forgets. Thank you, June. Thank you, Swahili Hub. I am so glad to see young persons with disability coming out here and coming out into the people and joining the rest of the world to actually start having opportunities given to them. Director Ashura with Swahili Port, if you need me, please get in touch. Let's see how to work together. We have over 40,000 veterans in this country. Some of them have got disabilities also. Every year, we approximately have 1,000 of our military doing peacekeeping missions. So yes, our military has totally protected us. And how we can help them is not to be pitiful. What we try and do is empower and provide opportunity. MSEA, I thought one of the key things you should say was we have to create awareness. When we create that awareness, then people know where to come. So again, I'm also enjoining you, let's work, let's create awareness. But did you hear what I said? Discipline. If you don't have discipline, you will not make it. Thank you very much for your time. And I can see Kenyans are going far, right? Asante.
Thank you. Frederick, do you want to even say hi to us? We can just sanitize and then allow you to. You can use this.
All right, I think I've got it now. Thank you, June, the chair of this session, the CEO, National Youth Council, distinguished guests, all agencies represented here, stakeholders, and everybody else. I'm happy to be here with you. In essence, I didn't expect to participate in this one session, but well and good. I'm Frederick Damboki. I'm Secretary Administration in the State Department for University Education. And my PS is the one who would have been with you for this wonderful session, but he was busy with other things, so he told me to come and be with you. I therefore feel privileged to be standing before you, and I want to be able to appreciate those who made it possible for this kind of a forum to take place in the last 2 days. That was yesterday and today, I think. It is good when people come together and learn from one another and equally share experiences in the various things all of you, I have heard you do. It is a wonderful thing. I want to be able to say how critical it is today when we as a government, we stand before you as youth who are doing various things to earn a living, to promote yourselves, and even achieve more in whatever you're doing. And as somebody has been able to indicate, what I can be able to say is the government has been able to provide an enabling environment for Kenyans to be able to excel in whatever they want to be able to do. And equally for the youth and those who are in micro, small, medium enterprises, there are a lot of facilities, credit facilities the government has been able to come up with. And I think what we needed to do is to have more forums of this nature in all our major towns, if not in all our counties. Because I want to believe many of our youth may not be able to have this information, which is so important for them to be able to make full use of the facilities which the government has been able to make available to them. And I think we need to have so many of these. I want to be able to say that we are giving a priority on issues of creativity, innovation today as a government. And we have no problem with that as Kenyans, because Kenyans are known to be very creative, naturally, and also very aggressive. Kenyans, when they know what they want, they go for it. True or false? Yes. And that is good for a community or for a nation. People who are creative and very aggressive to achieve the best in themselves. And it is the government which provides this very well enabling environment for all of us to be able to realize our potential. So we challenge you, the youth of today, and all those who are involved in the various enterprises, to be able to seize these opportunities so that you can be able to make a difference in your life, you can be able to earn a living, and you can be able to make a good contribution in our economy. MSCs all over the world, they have been given a priority by all governments because they support a large number of our youth, particularly those who are not in employment. When you engage in these activities, then you create an income for yourself, for your families, and even for others in the society. And this is something we are supporting as a government. On what we do in our Ministry of Education is we have been able to have the best in terms of available learning institutions, right from early learning all the way from primary, secondary to universities, because we want to have the best in terms of training for our youth, for our students, for Kenyans, so that they have the capacity and the knowledge which is required today to be able to do and engage in productive labor and work. And the government has been able to do quite a lot in terms of providing infrastructure in our primary schools, in our secondary schools, and also in our universities. And today we are seeing very increased enrollment of our number of students joining universities. And we have made it our undertaking as a government to be able to provide the necessary infrastructure, the necessary equipments to be able to support this increased enrollment in our universities, so that all the students and every Kenyan can be able to access education. And this is where everything begins. All right, we know education can be informal and informal. But when you talk of formal education, we are saying we want every child in Kenya to be able to access education. And we lay a lot of emphasis on access and the quality of education in our learning institutions. Very, very important, because this is where we impart knowledge. This is where we train. This is where research is found, in these institutions of higher learning. And we want everybody to be able to access this education so that at the end of the day, you can come out of those institutions when you are well equipped, you are well trained, you are knowledgeable, and you can be able to undertake any endeavor in nation building, which we, all of us, say we have to make that contribution as a people and as a nation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much for that long.
All right, thank you.
We truly appreciate your round of applause for our guests. All right. At this juncture, we would like to invite Mr. Roy, the CEO of National Youth Council, to really give us his remarks, and we thank him for bringing his board here to join us, and really to celebrate the work that he's doing to empower the youth of this country.
Thank you. Thank you so much, June. Allow me, I know in the interest of time, we don't have a lot of time, but let me just introduce the board, because these are young people serving us in different categories in this country. My board, please, if you give me the honor, just quickly I introduce you, and then I say one thing, and then I return it back to June to invite our chief guest to give us our key note address today, this afternoon. these are leaders who are also very serious politicians. So I'll be very keen to deny them the mic, because if you give them, they can take the entire 1 hour in introductions. Maybe just the name, and then we conclude. Just the name, and yes, just the name, yes.
Good afternoon. My name is Angel Mbuthia. I am a director in the National Youth Council.
Thank you, Angel. We can proceed to the next one, yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ashura Michael. I'm in the advisory board at NYC. And
Thank you, Ashura.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alex Kuni. I'm a director as well, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Director Kuni.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Suongee Kiswahili
Assalamu
bana.
alaikum. Wazima. Kwa majina naitwa Aisha. Mimi pia ni director National Youth Council na natoka Mombasa.
Good afternoon. My name is Irene Kendi. I'm a director at the National Youth Council. Nimefurahi sana kuwa mahala hapa leo. Asante.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Kevin Machogu, also a director at National Youth Council, Youth Advisory Board.
Thank you. To appreciate tafadhali. Thank you so much. And my name is Roy Sasaka Telewa. I'm the CEO for National Youth Council of Kenya. Now, as they sit down, they also want to say that there is an information they are passing to you that in the next 2 or 3 months, National Youth Council will be conducting the National Youth Council elections. So they are already directors, but there are positions for council members, equivalent to the directors. Sasa tunataka tuone vijana wa Mombasa wame take part ili tuendelee. Sasa unajua nyinyi mnakuwa boss wetu, sasa mkituambia tuende left, tunaenda left. Sasa msi out as leaders from coastal area. Ningependa kusema tu mawili. Tumekuwa hapa. Thank you so much, June. Thank you so much, all the people who are here. Thank you so much, my fellow young people. Listening, seated here, I've been inspired. Initially, I used to think I'm a medium entrepreneur, only to realize that I'm still micro from your description of a micro enterprise. But what has inspired me more is not that to know that I'm a micro still, I'm learning, but to know that as young people, there's a lot of opportunities that we are not taking advantage of. And that there's also so much support that has been given to us that we're not taking leverage on. I'm also a director at Youth Enterprise Fund, and we give loans to especially those businesses, micro like myself, who are starting to continue to get capital for their businesses. So as June tells us about the opportunities available in the creative sector, let us take advantage of those opportunities, and let us also go and take those funds from Youth Fund. Are we going to do that? Are we going to do that, young people? Because when the presentations were being made, is that out of all these teams seated here, at least 15% are going to start enterprises. Can we be among the 15% statistic that has been said? And we have Youth Fund, and if you have a challenge accessing that fund, and you've started that business from this discussion that has inspired us today in this room, please, I will also give June my number so that we are accountable. Just the same way Musea is making commitment, National Youth Council is also making commitment, Youth Enterprise Fund is also making commitment that all these institutions are there to support us to be the big businesses empires, so that tomorrow, after 2 years, we should be the ones seated here giving our success story. I also want to be part of that success story. And let me tell you one thing from my personal experience. Yes, I work with the government, but you know, in government, kazi naishanga, especially these works of ours, with these CEOs and all that, you can be at your home and the board is meeting somewhere and is firing you. So you realize tomorrow you don't have a work. So there's a time 2 years ago, there was a directive. I was then a head of procurement somewhere, that all procurement heads should head home. All procurement heads should head home and undergo government vetting. And that time, if you don't have a small micro business enterprise, trust me, life inakuwa ngumu sana. Because now you are on half salary, and you have nothing to do. But something said here that even you, as you do your business, keep your are we together? Keep your records, because by those records you are able, especially for those of us who are micro enterprises, to get access funding and also to build ourselves. So I do not want to say so much, June, but what I want to say as National Youth Council, we are committed to actually support the creative industry, to support those young people who are joining the business sector, and also to make sure that we create these opportunities, not only in the country, and also to link them to the market, and also above all to showcase the innovations of the young people, because young people are the most innovative people that we have in this country. So June will work together and we will support you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, CEO. As young people, what more support do you need? The CEO himself has come and he's carried his entire board. The entire board is youthful, as you can see, and as he mentioned, you have an opportunity also to join that board by ensuring that you participate in the upcoming national youth elections. And for the team in Mombasa, your representative is right here. Allow me to request you to stand again. Aisha is your representative. Talk to her. Find out from her how you can really participate. And at a personal level, I'll also create time to work with her and the rest of the board members to ensure that every single young people in this country is aware that there are platforms and spaces that the government has created for us to grow, that we do not need to resort to all those other activities that we tend to do that are not acceptable, but rather utilize the platforms created for us to scale and to grow. Thank you very much, CEO. I'm hoping and praying that you'll graciously today, but I can see he's very ready. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your support. A round of applause for the CEO, Kenya Film Commission, Mr. Timothy Owasi.
Thank you, June. Mentor 001, CEO Roy, the panelists, young entrepreneurs and businessmen and ladies, good afternoon. My name is Timothy Owasi, and I'm here to represent the board of Kenya Film Commission, which is a state corporation under the Ministry of ICT. And our mandate is purely to create a vibrant film industry in Kenya. So I'm actually in the right space by location and by those who are participating. You know, when we talk about the creative industries, that is the biggest thing we have in the world today. And I'll start by confirming a very special message. Last week, I was in a forum which had about 8,000 participants. And there was this Ghanaian fashion designer who surprised everyone by an interesting statement that she designed a dress for our very own Lupita Nyong'o. And when Lupita won that particular dress, she actually got 5,000 orders online within the first week. And that has happened for the past like 3 years. So she continues redesigning or remodeling that dress and getting many orders as she continues. Basically, what I'm trying to communicate, just to emphasize what the panelists who are here before raised, is that you as an entrepreneur, please consider your brand. Who can define for me what a brand is from the floor? Who can define a brand? A brand is defined by just one word. A brand is a promise. She talked about being able to keep your promise. If you promise, please keep your promises. That is all you need as an entrepreneur to be able to grow. The Afri-Exim Bank, which is a bank that is headquartered in Egypt, last week it announced that it has $500 million for the creative industries. What does that mean? What that means that you as an entrepreneur in this space, you have an opportunity to actually utilize the opportunities provided to you by the Kenya government as well as the private entities like the Afri-Exim Bank. When we talk about film, we at Kenya Film Commission, it's all about creating a vibrant film industry in Kenya. And how do we do this? We do this by creating opportunities for all. We have the Kalasha International Film and TV Market, which is an opportunity for you to be able to sell, buy content at any given time. Kalasha takes place once annually, And we encourage entrepreneurs who are in this room that please take advantage of such spaces for you to be able to connect with new partners either from overseas or local, because you cannot be able to win on your own. Create linkages. Here we are over 70. Identify partners from yourselves, those that you can be able to work with. Brand your business, identify your market, do research, and also reach out to government entities. Remember, when you talk about government, government is your friend. Don't look at government as an entity that is amorphous. Come to my office at any time. You need not to book for an appointment. As long as I'm in the office, you can be able to come, knock, and I'll be able to see you, or you'll be assisted by any of my colleagues. And as I talk about Kenya Film Commission, I would like to ask my colleagues who are here to just stand and wave from wherever they are. Jadid and team, I came with about four colleagues who are here to support this initiative, and I thank June and your team for organizing this. And I also emphasize my commitment as the CEO of Kenya Film Commission that we'll work with you going forward, because we know if we champion such causes, then we stand an opportunity to create employment opportunities for many young people. And also, remember, when you talk about storytelling or filmmaking, for example, you cannot separate storytelling from fashion. When you watch a movie, any serious actor will be in a certain design. And for us who are championing local storytelling, I would like to see more dresses or fashion designs that are on our screen coming from ourselves. So let us focus on how we can be able to build Kenya and buy Kenya, because opportunities are huge. If we refocus our energies in doing what is right, we'll be able to do this. There are many brands in the country, just to mention Safaricom, that are always out to support initiatives that are meaningful to all of us. We at Kenya Film Commission, as a state agency, we are also out to support you. In the next 3 weeks, we are going to announce a grant, which for those who are storytellers in this room, please look out for a call so that you can be able to apply. And if you get a grant, be able to tell your story, which you can be able to monetize and create wealth as you create opportunities for employment. With those very many remarks, June and your team, I wish to reemphasize that starting this initiative is one of the very best initiatives that I've seen in the recent past. And I would like to emphasize our commitment that we'll be able to work with you on this and see to it that we grow many entrepreneurs. Through our capacity building programs, and also the need for us to cover the entire country, we have representation in each and every county in this country. Here in Mombasa, I can confirm Mentor 001 is a representative of Kenya Film Commission here, and he occupies many entrepreneurs as far as the creative economy is concerned, which is our joy whenever we come to this particular region. When you go to the national or county government, each county government in Kenya has a film liaison officer who is there to facilitate you, and that has been organized or made possible by Kenya Film Commission. So as we progress, let us do this and let us engage. Please don't shy away from raising your questions, because the main reason as to why we exist is just to make our environment better than we found it. So as we get into the next session, allow me to end there and encourage you to visit Kenya Film Commission through kenyafilmcommission.com. Our Facebook page is Kenya Film Commission. Our Instagram, the same, just Kenya Film Commission. You should be able to access us and access a lot of resources that we have. At Kenya Film Commission offices in Nairobi, we have a resource center, and we're also setting up what we call film hubs. And I must confirm today, Mentor 001, this is already a hub in waiting. And as we proceed, we are soon going to bring our equipment here so that the young people who are in this region and yearning to tell their stories can be able to access these facilities. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you, CEO, for that assurance and support. And just like that, we are able to film that truly Kenyan film here at the Swahili port. We've been promised equipment and the support. Yes, we can do it. As the CEO was giving his remarks, it just occurred to me that there's a series that has inspired a lot of fashion. Who remembers the series of Duke of Hamilton? It's a series. Tunaijua. What were some of the takeaways from that movie? I know you know. What were some of the takeaways, aside from the storyline?
I noted the mixed races aspect and the class and all that was in there.
There was something about fashion and deco that stood out. For some of us who watched, everybody who watched that series, the first thing they said was, oh my God, that set, the fashion and the set, the deco in those homes. We should be able to decorate our homes to reflect who we are, authentically Kenyan, in our films. And our role is not to stand here and say, we wish to urge Kenya Film Commission to consider, to support. No, we are saying that as we sit here, we will come up with our own and begin to lead by example. Yeah? Because we've been told that whatever it is that you want to do it wholeheartedly. Thank you so very much for your support. I know we need to take a little bit of time off to prepare for the next amazing session this evening. It will be happening at the Nyali Golf and Country Club. The entire day we had golfers playing. So this evening we're going to have a fashion show. About, let's say, 90% of the models today are actually from this hub, a truly creative hub. And we have another 8. 8 are a special category for people with special abilities. They are handsome. They'll be showcasing on the runway. Now, the beauty of that category is that all the adornments, whether the clothes, the accessories, are done by persons with special abilities. So it's truly a confirmation that we need to circulate the money and the opportunities among ourselves. And therefore, we'd like to close, and I would like to invite one of the board members who just introduced herself a while ago to pass a vote of thanks as we close. And some of us will be able to go to the Nyali Golf Club, Karibuni Sana. The rest of us who are unable will still be streaming. Please follow the fashion show. Angel.
All right. Thank you so much, June, for this opportunity and also for putting all this together, because we truly appreciate when young people come together to do great stuff. So one thing I like to remind, my name is Angel Mbuthia, in case you forgot. I'm from Kiambu County, and I serve alongside my advisory board members. And one thing I like to remind young people is that when we were fighting for, when Kenya was fighting for independence, it was fought for independence by young people. There was no social media, there was no internet, but somehow the whole country came together to fight for what they wanted. They came out because that is what they wanted. So now, today, we are here in a third generation to come to take and fight for opportunities that we want. The creative space, the digital space, the fashion space, the innovation space, that is our space. That is a space that we need to grab. And even as much as we are here, let's strive, let's make it our personal resolution to go out and chase those opportunities that we really, really want, because nothing will find you in bed and at home relaxed. So keep striving, keep moving, and have a keen eye on exactly what you want, shape it out, and let's avoid this idea of kindly find me something to do, whatever it is, I'm ready. No. Be very specific about what you want. When you meet a potential employer, when you meet a potential creative art, tell them, this is what I do, this is what I can do, how can you help me build this forward? And that is how you strengthen your network, invest in it, it is everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angel. We've come to a close, but allow me to have one more session where I will request my panelists to go to the front so that you can take a group photo. The panelists are still in here.